Throughout the FNaF books, there are many different kinds of monsters. From flesh abominations walking inside of animatronic suits and pretending to be your dad, to Bonnie-themed sea monkeys that just don't want to be flushed down the toilet, or else. And each compilation book contains 3 different stories with certain types of previous mentioned monsters. Two of them obviously being ones in the story. But the thing about that is that they have to choose specifically one of these monsters to be on the cover of the book. And sometimes, yeah, they make the good decision and choose a good character to use, or sometimes they just choose something really ugly looking. And with all the different covers for the books, I thought I'd go over and rank all of them. Now, I should mention, I will specifically be ranking all of the ones that are fully hand-drawn, and not ones that use, like, actual renders. Yeah, I know I said all, but I'm referring to more of the books like Fazbear Frights and Tales from the Pizzaplex, and the graphic novels, those books that have those types of covers. So, without further ado, let's get into the tier list. Yes, this is a tier list, by the way. So, we're going through this from F to S tier. And so, starting off with F tier, the first cover is Gumdrop Angel. When it comes to worst hand-drawn covers, this one definitely takes the cake. I mean, it's so ugly looking. I think what throws the whole thing off are the eyes. They're like these marbles, kind of. It kind of looks like Scraptrap's eye, really. Also, this doesn't really even look like how Angel's transformation actually looks in the story, because she's described to have like lizard-like scales in the book. But whatever, it's just an ugly cover either way. So, next up in the middle area of F is the graphic novel Collection 1. Now, I actually kind of thought about putting this at the bottom of F, but then I realized it's not as bad as Gumdrop Angel, but it's definitely not a good cover either. I mean, he's so weirdly proportioned, like, his lower jaw is really big for some reason. His inner jaw looks like a bear trap, which is not what Plushtrap's jaw looks like. Oh yeah, rare render from Help Wanted of Plushtrap's endo I'm putting on screen. His body is really big for some reason. Like if you look closely, his body is actually huge, like his torso. And I mean, there's also the eyes, but I mean, you can't really argue with that because I guess they were trying to give off a more scary look. And I know this is supposed to be the Plushtrap chaser, so maybe it can look different in the way they visualized it, but it just kind of doesn't. There are just some weird looking details on this. And at the top of F tier, we have Puppet Carver. Now, with this cover, I see what they're trying to go for. They're trying to go for like the three puppets here we see that are based on the main 3 kids that possess Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. I don't know. I don't feel like listing all their names off the top of my head, but these puppets don't actually appear in. These puppets don't actually even appear in the story. This is a weird thing with FNaF book covers. Sometimes they'll just have characters on them that don't even appear in the story. And I mean, they're fine for puppets, but I don't know. These are just off-putting looking. I guess it's the eyes and these weirdly rosy cheeks that they have. Also, why does Susie look German? Anyways, at the bottom of D tier, we have Friendly Face. I don't have much to say about this cover. I originally thought about putting it in F, but it doesn't have very many flaws. I just think it's ugly. Next up on D, which is the book that is actually after this one, we have Prankster. Now, there's nothing particularly bad about this one. It's just, I mean, it's just not very interesting. I mean, it's just just a guy in the foreground. It's just Jeremiah. It's not like a monster or anything, which is obviously something all the other covers have. But yeah, this one it's just a guy. I mean, there are monsters in the doors, but they're not in the foreground. Next up is mid D tier, and we have the Fazbear Frights graphic novel collection 2. Now, the Minarinas are actually characters that I do like the designs of. They remind me of wooden mannequins. Also, I don't know what you call it, but I like this type of face anatomy where the characters just have a completely black mouth and eyes. However, here it's just, it doesn't have that, and I don't really like the way it looks. I mean, these eyes on them, I feel like it would be better if they were just like non-pupil eyes. And those teeth. I think those teeth might be the worst part, honestly. Also, this face in the back is killing me. So next up is Return to the Pit. Now, you're probably wondering which cover I'm talking about, the Yellow Eyes version or the Blue Eyed version. I'd say specifically this one I'm more talking about the blue version, but it's whoever, I don't know. The Blue Eyes version is definitely more accurate, but both of these covers still suffer from the same flaws. He has spiky teeth on his bottom row, which is a huge problem with a lot of these covers. They're just giving the characters spiky teeth for no reason, and but I especially don't like it here because like the thing about the Into the Pit Yellow Rabbit is that it's supposed to be like a more like innocent looking shell, but then like there's like a horrifying creature on the inside, which the sharp bottom row teeth kind of just take away from that. Also, I don't really like the way his head looks. Something about it is just, wait a minute. So next after this is The Week Before. Now with this one, I do think Freddy's model is on point. It's just, again, with this one, the teeth. I mean, it's not as bad, but here, it's still pretty visible on this one. Thankfully, this is the last cover on this tier list that has this type of inaccuracy. And so, at the top of D tier, we have The Fourth Closet. I mean, I like where the characters are placed on here. There's obviously Mangle, who she's missing like some of her limb cage pieces, but I think the obvious main problem here is Springtrap. This Springtrap design just looks weird. I mean, he's yellow here, and he's not green for some reason, which, yeah, I just don't like the way this model looks. This is a cover where I actually wish he had been designed differently. Oh yeah, also Afton should have been here, like maybe in like the background. So, moving on to C tier now, at the very bottom we have the Tales from the Pizzaplex graphic novel collection 1. Now, Ballora is a character who I'm already not really a fan of her design. I mean, but I think here she looks as on point as it can be, but it's just the way she's looking at me here. I mean, the worst part about it is her eyes, because like why do her eyes look like that? Well, it also doesn't help that with this contorted pose she's in. It just looks, why? I mean, I think another part of it is, well, I mean, you know how Ballora gets sexualized a lot? Yeah, this cover is really representing that. So next up, we got Fazbear Frights graphic novel collection 3. Now, when it comes to Ralpho being on the covers of the books, the one for Fazbear Frights definitely looks better. I mean, obviously in this one, he is like an actual animatronic instead of a plushie, but I don't know, I think it's the eyes with this one that throw me off. Once again, like Ballora. I prefer his blue eyes on the plushie version. Also, in this one, he has lower teeth and just looks, yeah, I just don't like the way he looks right here. Also, his corners, like hanging onto the window, look like baby carrots for some reason. I can't be the only one who sees that, right? Right? So now, going higher up on C tier, we have Escape the Pizzaplex. Now, this one should probably be higher. I know a lot of you guys are probably disagreeing with this. I'm not even very confident on this one myself. But, I don't know, I just put this one here mainly because of the eye, I guess. I mean, he has an organic looking eye, which, I mean, if Monty doesn't have that, did someone get stuffed inside of him? I mean, yeah, it also makes him look weirdly huge for some reason. So now, at the top of C tier, we have Lally's game. I just don't like her design, honestly. I think what it is just like those eyes. She's got like freaking like Funko Pop looking eyes. I don't know. It's just kind of the overall design I don't really like of this character. So, anyways, now on to B tier. At the very bottom, we have Haps. This cover is just kind of I guess. The more I look at his face, the more it looks less like a FNaF character. It just doesn't really look like the FNaF style, which it's not why I dislike this this cover. I don't know, I just don't like Haps's face very much. His eyes are like really tiny, and he looks a bit too similar to Moon. And he's also got like police sirens behind him. Like he's not like the police or anything. I mean, he is like escorting kids, but not like in a police way. Also, this is just like a really random thought I had, but he kind of looks like the clock tower on It's a Small World. So next up after this, we have the Cliffs. Kind of the same thing going on with Prankster. It's not like a monster like all the other covers, but I mean, I do think this one is portrayed better than Prankster. So next up we got Bunny Call. What confuses me about this one is the fact that Ralpho on the cover here is represented as like one of those like monkey cymbal banging toys, which he's not. He's like a 7 foot tall costume in the book. Anyways, I think the cover overall does look good. He's got those weird police sirens in the background again, like the red and blue colors, which I just previously talked about with Haps. I don't know why that keeps appearing. So next up we've got B72. This creature has a very bizarre design, to say the least. I mean, it kind of looks like you could just like knock it over just by touching it. And I do like the monster design, but what's throwing me off about this cover is just like, why is there just a foot right there? And like, I get this shot is meant to be from the perspective of Billy, but it just why do you have to put that there? Couldn't it at least have been like covered up? Anyways, this background doesn't really have any colors. I mean, there is kind of like a blue spotlight in the back. Are those nooses? So next up we've got Somniphobia. Not much I have to say about this poster. I do like the look of it though. Moon's eyes have an interesting look to them, but I don't really mind. I like the background too. I just overall like the design of Moon. So next up we've got the Fazbear Frights Graphic Novel Collection 5. Now the graphic novels, I mean specifically the Fazbear Fright ones, they don't have much shading on the covers, but I do particularly like this one a bit more. I mean, again, going off of more design anatomy, I do like this type of design anatomy where they have like these spring arms. I know a lot of people don't really like Coil's design, but I mean, I kind of like him. He's got some charm. So next up is VIP. Now, obviously, VIP is one of the more forgotten characters from the books. I mean, no one really likes VIP, let's be honest. I don't really like VIP all that much. I do like this cover though. I mean, I like the poses in it. It makes him look like a greedy rich person. He's got like a 1, which is something he doesn't have in the book. So next up, we've got Fetch. I just think this cover generally does look good. I mean, you know, obviously, it's Fetch. It's an iconic character in the FNaF book series. Yeah, I just think it's a good cover. It also looks like there's like ashes and like a fire behind him, which is not something in the book, but that it looks cool on here. Getting closer to the top of B tier, we have Nexi. Now, this is gonna sound very obvious and probably something everyone is thinking of, but this is giving off some total Megan vibes. I mean, obviously with the whole doll and like the melting skin thing, which I think might be my favorite part. I like the melting skin because that's something unique we don't usually get in FNaF, like animatronics that have like the outer skin that's melting off, which I think is cool here. So now going closer to the top, we've got Step Closer. Honestly, this one should probably be an A. This is an awesome looking cover. I mean, it's like such like a cool foxy pose. He's like peeking out at you from behind the curtain, like giving you that curse, you know. And he's cool. He's got his hook sticking out. It's just a really cool looking cover. So now at the top of B tier, we have Tales from the Pizzaplex Graphic Novel Collection 2. Now, the mimic here is really like detailed and accurate looking, I think, which is really cool about it. I mean, they got all those details like that weird like chic thing he's got going on, the tarp over his head, I mean not a tarp, but you know what I'm talking about, like the black thing. But yeah, the pose he's doing is a bit weird, and I kind of don't understand it. But yeah, I just think it's a really cool detailed cover. So starting off at the bottom of A tier, we have 1:35 a.m. This honestly just comes off as like a very like ominous cover, which I like about it. I mean, it's got like the time to wake up in the right eye, which that's a fun detail. I just like the whole vibe this cover is giving off. So next up we got the Silver Eyes. This one's definitely just a classic cover. I mean, it's cool. There's Charlie in the middle, and then you got the main three animatronics up there. Yeah, it's a really cool cover, honestly. So going higher up, we have number 2 Haps and number 3 Claustrophobia. Now, this cover is such a big improvement to the original Haps. Like, they completely like re-stylized him here. He's got like a much more like claw looking thing. He's got like a whole entirely different face, and like half of it is on the ground. Like, this just looks sick. It also kind of looks like he has spider legs. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that's kind of what it looks like. So now in the middle of A tier, we have Fazbear Fright's Graphic Novel Collection 4. Now, this cover has grown on me, because what is this creature supposed to be? I mean, I know this is supposed to be for the cliffs, but clearly that is not the tag-along Freddy plush. Like, that's like a full-on animatronic. Like, it's like some weird deformed toy Freddy creature that has gums. I'm so confused on what this monster is supposed to be, but I really like it though. Like, I like this monster a lot. Maybe this was like an unfinished sequel to The Cliffs. So getting closer to the top of A tier, we have Tales from the Pizzaplex Graphic Novel Collection 3. Now, I should admit, I do have a big bias towards Tiger Rock. Tiger Rock is one of my favorite characters, so I mean, this one should be a lot higher than with that in mind. But I think this is the perfect spot for it. I mean, it's supposed to be the storyteller, and I like the blue. Actually, no, like the electricity effect that's going on in the background. I like that. I do kind of wish we could maybe see the inside of the tree somewhere, but yeah, still really cool cover. So now at the top of A tier, we have Bobby Dot's Conclusion. This one is just giving off like such Terminator vibes, like with the whole like the Bobby Dot's face peeling off to reveal like the skull underneath. Like, yeah, it's also a really cool detailed cover too. I love like the wireframe in the background, and that's a cool little detail, and all the wires and stuff. Yeah, I just think it's a very detailed looking one, which I love. I should also probably mention the back. So now, moving to the top of the tier list, we are now at S tier, and at the bottom of S we have Into the Pit. What's there to say that hasn't been said about this cover? It's iconic. It's Into the Pit Spring Bonnie just peeking out at you from the ball pit. It's creepy, it's luring, it's compelling. It's just such a good cover, and to start the book series. And this was a pretty strong start for the book series covers. Going up higher now, we have the Twisted Ones. I think we can all admit that this is the best cover for the Silver Eyes graphic novel trilogy. I mean, there's also, I mean, it's like how John and Charlie are standing, got this cool pose, but then you have the twisted animatronics, which they just look like sick right here. Like they look like crazy. They look insane. I love the way they look on here. I especially think the art style complements it. I mean, yeah, it's a lot more sketchy looking, but I really like it how it looks on here. So straight in the middle of S tier, we have Felix the Shark. Now, I'm someone who's become very infatuated with the subject of submechanophobia. I mean, I watch like a heck ton of submechanophobia videos, and I just think this cover is a really good portrayal of that. He's in this murky water. He's like all messed up around the mouth area. He looks like that one shark image, like this one I'm putting on screen right now. Yeah, I just really love the submechanophobia vibes this picture is giving off. And speaking of submechanophobia, coming in second on S tier, we have submechanophobia. Now, for this one, I'm not counting the two different versions with Frank the Diver. I'm counting the version with Delilah the Mermaid. Now, this one obviously doesn't have the murky water like Felix the Shark, which is something I liked about that one, but this one's got two different creatures. So we got Delilah the Mermaid, and then we got the sea serpent. I can't think of his name at the moment, but yeah, we got him in the background. And I just love the way they both look here. Yeah, I mean, obviously Delilah's got like a twisted and like messed up broken jaw. And then there's Zeus in the background, which that is his name. He's like kind of like scared looking. Yeah, I just think they look cool here, and obviously tying back to submechanophobia, which is a subject I love. And now, the part I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting to see, my favorite FNaF illustrated book cover is Tiger Rock. Obviously, I mentioned earlier about how Tiger Rock is one of my favorite FNaF characters, so I do have some bias on this list. Honestly, I just love the way this cover looks. They just made Tiger Rock here look so majestical, which he kind of is. I mean, especially like because he's a white tiger and all. But you know, he's reaching out his hand. He's got his guitar. His outfit is shiny, and he just. I'd honestly go as to say that this is a beautiful cover. I also like his broken jaw right there where his teeth are exposed, and his spider limbs. I just love every single detail about this cover. I mean, I also do like heterochromia, which is another thing I should probably mention. This is like one of the reasons why I love Tiger Rock. And yeah, I just like, and his eyes are glowing, which is another detail I like. Without a doubt, my favorite FNaF book cover of all time. I definitely reach my hand out to him. So yeah, that was my ranking for all the illustrated FNaF book covers. Also, I'm sure you guys probably noticed I didn't include the box sets. That's because the art in there isn't technically originally from those covers. I mean, I know there is the one for the Fazbear's Frights graphic novels, but I'm not counting the other ones, so why only count that one? But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, and if you've got different opinions, then tell me down in the comments below. I'd like to hear it. And tell me what your favorite FNaF book cover is. Anyways, I'll see you guys all in the next video, and bye.